Hi, I'm Charbria Shine, and welcome back to Max Out Girl. All right, so today I want to talk about single during the holidays. So you might be wondering, why are you talking about being single through the holidays? Girl, you've been married. You are right. It's been 5 years, this year. But if you've been following me for any length of time, you know that I really have a passion for single women, because when I was single, there was a time when I struggled, where I hated my life, where I hated being single, where I thought God forgot about me, and I was like, what's wrong, right? And then I finally got to that stage of being single and satisfied, and I had the singles ministry and the group and all of those great things. But I just want to encourage that single woman today that is just like discouraged, and you feel like God's forgotten about you, and you feel like, man, another holiday is rolling around, I still ain't got no man, right? Like, where's Bae, Lord? Where's Bae? Where's my boo, Lord? Like, what's going on? And I want to encourage you and give you some quick tips just to help you through the holiday season. First of all, I want to just acknowledge that God has not forgotten about you, not at all. I didn't meet my husband till my mid-30s. My husband was almost 40 when we got married. And then I know women who were in my single and satisfied group that didn't get married till their 40s, some in their 50s, and some earlier. But the fact is, it doesn't matter about your clock ticking, you're getting older, age, none of that. Trust God with your life, first and foremost. And also just remember that He loves you. As you delight in the Lord, He'll give you the desires of your heart. And sometimes we can get discouraged because we can feel like, clock is ticking, God. It's been 1 year, 2 years. I've been praying, I've been believing. But you have to continue to trust and believe God. And watch your words. If you're believing God for a spouse, a husband, make sure that your words are lining up with that. And what I mean is, you can't be praying and thanking God for a husband when your girl be like, girl, it ain't no good men left. And you like, sure ain't, girl. I'm still single. Dang, ain't nobody checking for me. Well, you're going to have exactly what you speak, right? You can create your world with the words that you speak. Just like God said, let there be light. There was light, right? He created this world, right, with His words. We are created in His likeness and in His image. So when you speak something, sis, you're going to get exactly what you're speaking. So you better pay attention to that. And of course, we don't always feel like saying the right thing. But the truth is, if you desire a husband, but your mouth is not lining up with what you thanking God for, what you believe in God for, when people ask you about it, then sis, it ain't happening, right? And so I just wanted to first and foremost just acknowledge that, because that's the truth that sometimes we forget. When we're speaking something against what we're believing and praying for, we are canceling it out. So remember that, okay? So remember, watch your words, because you're creating your environment and your life and manifesting things with your words. So if somebody steps to you and be like, girl, it seems like you ain't ever gonna get married. Girl, it's been forever. You still single? And you like, girl, I know. It seems like that. Another example. No. You gotta say, well, I'm trusting God. He ain't never failed me. He ain't gonna fail me now. And sometimes you gotta be bold, because people are gonna be like, but your situation is still the same it was last time I talked to you. But that's okay, right? We live by faith and not by sight. So let's get that out of the way. Watch your tongue, watch your mouth. But the next thing I just want to say, after that God has not forgotten about you, that God loves you, is that, girl, you need to create a life that you do not feel like you need rescuing from. Because I remember when I feel like, ooh, I'm waiting for my knight in shining armor, my Prince Charming. No. Nobody's perfect. Ain't no Prince Charming. No. You got to be a queen before the man comes, right? You have to know that you're royalty, because God created you and you're in His likeness and in His image, all right? And you have to focus on becoming a better woman first and foremost for you. Focus on a relationship with God, sis, because sometimes we're stopping our blessings because there's some things in our life God's trying to rid us of, or He's trying to help you grow in or mature, because He doesn't want you taking that mess in your marriage, okay? So that's something that we have to be self-aware and reflect and work on us, right? And God's timing is perfect. So don't always feel like, I'm good. Well, you might be good, but what if He's working on that husband to get him in the place that He wants him to be for you, right? So you just have to really learn to trust God. And it ain't always easy. I'm not sitting up here like, girl, I was like tra-la-la-la-la around the holidays when I was single. Not always. When those seasons of me struggling, I was not tra-la-la-la-la. I actually didn't like the holidays for a little while, because I just felt like single again. I'm around my family. Everybody booed up. Everybody married, got kids, I just felt alone. And even though I come from a very loving and supporting family, the enemy of my soul, Satan, would just kept telling me negative thoughts like, you still alone. You ain't got this. You ain't got that. You can't take the cute little holiday pics. Sis, yes, you can. By yourself or with your friends, So it's like the enemy is always trying to be negative, and he's trying to discourage us, to make us think about what we don't have instead of thanking God for what we do have. And then I start realizing, I can't keep living like this. Okay, because my identity is not in my relationship status. Because the issue with that is if your identity is in that man, okay, when you get that man, your identity is going to be misplaced. It's still not in your husband. I'm happily married and my identity is not in my husband. Because you got to think about it. What about when I disappoint him or when he's angry or when he doesn't approve of me? Then it's just like if all my identity is caught up in him, I'm going to be sad or depressed or my moods are going to go up and down depending on him. That's not how we're supposed to live. We're not supposed to make our husband an idol or our relationship status. So that's why it's so important to know that your identity is in the God who created you. And so when I learned that, I was like, okay, it's not in my relationship status. So how do I do this thing? How do I find that joy? How do I find that excitement or just that contentment, right, in my single season? And so during the holiday season, some things that I started to do that really helped me get out of kind of just that rut or that sadness or depression, I took my mind off of myself. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. That's something that we don't want to do because it's always about us. Woe is me, what I don't have, what I want. Jesus, hurry up and answer my prayers. But God is like, in this season, how can you be a blessing to somebody else? How can you please God more in this season? How can you grow more in this season to be more like him? And when I started focusing on that, I was like, okay, I took my mind off myself and I started thinking, how can I volunteer at church more? How can I help those that need help during the holidays? How can I, at a shelter volunteer or be a blessing to those in need? Like once I start doing that, when I tell y'all, so much joy came in my life. Because we're not here for ourselves. We're blessed to be a blessing to others. And you might feel like I'm not blessed. Everybody's blessed with something. If you're still here on this earth and you're breathing and you're living, you have something to offer someone. Whether that's a smile, whether that's a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. You look beautiful today, sis. Oh, I love your hair. Whatever it might be, that encouraging word, you have something to give and to offer. And when you stop thinking about yourself every day and you start doing that, it's a game changer. And this is a reminder because I'll be like, why sometimes I'll be feeling like I'm moody. I'm happily married, right? But your moods can still try to go up and down. And you have to remember, it's not all about you, sis. Okay, what else can you focus on that's positive? Who can you bless today? Who can you encourage? Because the enemy of our soul, he wants to distract us, destroy us, whether we're single or whether we're married. So that's why we have to learn that our joy is in God. Our identity is in God. And we have to create a life that we love. Okay, and a lot of times that's through serving others, meaning being a blessing to others, and then you find true joy. All right, that's one tip. Another tip is do not isolate yourself, sis. I know it's so easy. I know it's so easy because I sometimes do that. I'd be like, I'm good. I'm just going to chill at home and do my thing. And there's nothing wrong with getting rest. But I mean, some of y'all know what I'm talking about. You will completely isolate yourself because you feel sad or inadequate or because you're not where you want to be in life or because, like I said, you're still single. Don't do it. Connect with your friends, even if that's one friend, a family member, somebody from church, whatever it is, a community center. Find some people to hang with. There are things going on in your community that's free even, like Christmas tree lightings, holiday parties, holiday parades, so many different things where you can go and be a part of. And that's what you should do. Do not isolate yourself, okay? All right, so we said, create a life that you don't feel like you need rescuing from. Take your mind off yourself. Do not isolate yourself, okay? And find things that bring you joy. Like for me, I was like, okay, I may not have no boo, but I love taking pictures. I love fashion. So I'm going to get on my holiday gear and I'm going to take pictures, like just have fun myself, right? And then I did stuff like, okay, I'm going to have a pizza night by myself. I'm going to binge watch my favorite Christmas movies. Like I said, pizza, snacks, and just have a good time. Or I'm going to invite my friends over. We're going to have a girls' night. Girl, it's so many things that you can do. Or I was like, let's, have an ugly Christmas sweater party with a few of my family members. Like, it's so much that you can do. And it might sound simple. You might be like, but I want a vacation with Bae during holidays. You're not there yet, and it's okay. But what can you do that can bring you joy right now, right? Think about it. It could be the smallest thing. It doesn't have to be some big, grandiose thing. Sometimes it's the small things that blesses us, that encourages us, that brings us joy. So ask yourself, reflect, and say, what are those things that bring me joy during the holiday season? Maybe it's to make a meal for someone who's less fortunate. Maybe it's to, buy somebody a gift who you don't particularly care for, right? Bless those who curse you, the Bible says, right? Love your enemies. So there's so many things that can bring joy during this season, during this time. So ask yourself, what are those things? Maybe it's going shopping, a little shopping spree for yourself, like a holiday treat. Whatever it is, sis, do more of that. So I just want to encourage you. You might be single during the holidays, but all hope is not gone. Do not allow the enemy of your soul, Satan, to destroy your holiday season, to steal your joy, to steal your shine, to steal like your excitement. It's okay. that you're single. You are not your relationship status. God loves you. He has a purpose and a plan for you in this season of your life, and it does not depend on a man being in or out of your life, okay? Not right now. In this single season, embrace it. And that's one of the best gifts that I got before I met my husband. I finally embraced my single season. I embraced who I was. I learned who I was. I dated myself, meaning I was okay with being alone, going out with myself. I was self-aware. I asked myself, what are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What are some things that I need to work on? And I did that. Did it mean I was perfect when I got married? No, we're always growing and evolving. And sometimes you learn things about yourself that you didn't know when you're single because marriage brought it out of you. But then you start working on those things. But in that single season, I really started to learn myself. I really started to think about purpose. What do I want to do with my life? What has God called me to do in my life? I spent a lot of date nights with Jesus, meaning I spent a lot of time in his presence, a lot of time seeking him, a lot of time praying, reading my word, and being able to pour out to other single women. So it's important. This is such an amazing time in your life. You'll never get it back. Once you get married, you're married. It's a different season. And there will be different challenges, trust me, when you get married. But you want to make sure that you are taking full advantage of this season that God has you in. So I love you, sis. I know that you guys probably already following, but if you're not, follow me at Charbria Shine at Maxed Out Girl. Make sure you subscribe below. Share this to be a blessing. Comments. Yes, we're going to have a podcast, new episode every Monday. It's also available to hear it as well on all podcast platforms if you just want to listen while you're driving or working, or you could put it on YouTube. Also, make sure that you go to swcthestageplay.com. Whoop, whoop. My stage play, Single Woman Chronicles, is coming March 29th, 2025, 6 p.m. You do not want to miss it at the Westside Theater Guild. You can get tickets at swcthestageplay.com or go to charbria.com and click SWC. It's also on that website. And just come on out. It is going to be an amazing time. There's comedy in there. There's drama in there, fashion. It's a great message. It is just a great show. And we have done it like 3 years in a row. We've enjoyed it. It's been such a blessing. Also, if you want to get a little bit more fancier and treat yourself, sign up for the pre-show pink party. It's kind of like our VIP reception right before the stage play. And go ahead, that's actually added on in the ticket link as well. So we'll put the ticket link below in the comments so that you can click it and get your tickets. And also, we have our Valentine's Day love party. Yes. I love Valentine's Day. I love Galentine's Day. So February 8th, 2025, we're going to have a Galentine's Day party. And I will be also book signing my new book, The Self-Love Manual. I'm excited about that. It's been a labor of love because it's really been my self-love journey and just to encourage women to love themselves and their lives a little bit more, right? It's to that next level. So I want you guys to check that out as well. Pre-order that. And yes, that's what we have going on. I'm so excited about the new year that's coming up because we're going to have a lot of delicious treats for you ladies. Yes, so that's it. I hope I said something that inspired, encouraged, and elevated your thinking. I'm Charbria Shine. Talk to you next time. And don't forget, you better max out, girl. Bye, guys.